Oh my gosh. Good morning, YouTube. It's Rio be selling. And this morning, I'm going to get you to come ship with me. So I got a few orders overnight, and I thought it'd be cool for you guys to watch the process as I put these orders together. So let's do it. No need to waste any time. I always have my phone, and on my phone, it always gives me a list of things that sold overnight. I don't know if you can see that. So I think that's 4 orders. I'm just going to put those 4 orders together so you can see exactly what I do. I try to explain through the process. First up, I have everything in a not vacuum seal bag, but really a Ziploc bag. And I kind of get all of the air out of there before I ship it, because you don't want to be charged more shipping because the package is larger than it's supposed to be. So I make sure that it's vacuum sealed. Then I make sure I brand everything that goes out. So I'm always putting a flyer that has my contact information and a sticker that says, "Thank you. Please leave a review." So make sure my branding is correct. I have poly bags. I have 3 sizes actually, like a small, medium, large. I'll get into specifics on those a little later. And then I am slipping this into the poly bag. I'm gonna do it, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get all the air out of there to get this as flat as possible, because that is tape that is gonna affect the measurements as I take them. So for that postage, you kind of want to get this thing as small as you can, because the smaller you can get it, the cheaper it is for you to ship it out. I normally try to make sure I tape all ends, only because I want it to look like a professional package. So I always want to have a blank side. All the tape is on here. You see it, and the edges can't be tampered with or anything like that. So I like that. All right, I'm going to weigh it. These were Adidas Messy pants, a 2XL. They weigh 15.6 pounds. So I'm then going to enter how much they weigh. I'm just going to round up to 1 pound, because all right, and then the dimensions, I always start with the depth. In this case, I'm going to say 2.25 by 6.5 by 11. I am going to purchase my shipping label. All right. And then I am now going to print it from my printer, which it has an app called Instaprint, and I'm able to print my label from there. It's all connected through Bluetooth. So these are going way to Anaheim, California. It's pretty far from where I am. All right. So when you put on these labels, just make sure you press the barcode flat so there are no air bubbles in it. I've ran into instances where if there's a bubble in the, or any type of mess up of the barcode, it won't be scanned, and then you have to depend on it to get there, and you don't want to do that. So once I post, I always want to go back to the item and make sure I leave feedback on the front end, so that's one less thing I have to do. All right, and then on to the next item here. Just like an Adidas quarter zip. Even though this is brand new, it sold for 18 bucks. I'm not a fan of Adidas items. I just can get it really cheap, but it doesn't sell very well for me, not on eBay. I'm not a fan. But if you can, like their jerseys, soccer jerseys do great. Like those pants I just sold were messy pants, so that soccer stuff. This is like just a normal quarter zip. It is not anything particular. It took a really long time to sell it, like almost 4 months to sell it. And I'm only selling it for what, 18 bucks. So I don't know if I'm a huge fan of Adidas stuff. I don't have a very lot of it. I probably bought it really cheap when I did buy it. So it's the only reason it's in my inventory. Soccer jerseys maybe, and those messy pants, I sold like 3 pair of those, but that's all because I got them really cheap. And this quarter zip, I probably was able to get it brand new for only maybe about 4 bucks. So it worked for what it did its job, but it's a part of it. All right, so making sure all edges are laid down. All right, then I am going to weigh it. This weighs 1 pound and 8 ounces. So 1 pound, 8 ounces. I'm then going to, that's 3 by 6 by 10 and a half. 3 by 6 by 10 and a half. All right, and I am going to purchase a shipping label. I'm then going to, all right. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna flatten that out. That's another one. She's good to go. Gonna go back to that order, leave my feedback as normal. It is very hard to forget that there's a camera there, so I gotta remember to look at you guys. I apologize for that. So my next item up is I sold some size 16 Hokas. Very nice. In good shape. Not the bottom, but the top is pretty good. All right, so with all my shoes that don't have a box, because a lot of times used shoes don't have a box, I kind of hit them with some saran wrap. Just because when sending out loose shoes can sometimes be a hassle. So I normally kind of wrap them in saran wrap to give them a professional look, and I don't have to waste a poly bag on them. And sometimes, when you don't have people in here to help you, just gotta figure it out. So this is how this normally turns out. So after wrestling with the saran wrap, always gonna brand it so you have repeat customers. So So they keep coming back the next time they're looking. That way, you send it out, stops it from any type of water getting in there, anything like that. In this case, I'll need to use my larger size poly bag. And I'm not sending it in a box because it's cheaper. And we like to save money. So, once you get in the habit of mailing things out, you'll realize when it's cheaper to just do a poly bag or to put it in a box. Okay, so getting all the air out of this one may be a little tricky, but we're gonna do the best we can. Gonna do the best we can. Gonna make sure